The whole title of what we're working on right now is side control is fake. Because side control is a fake position. It's not real. Side control can only hurt you if you think it can. Just kind of examining why. Okay. If I'm in mount isn't fake because I have a different control to my attacks. Okay, I can attack here with my hands and do hand fighting, isolate arms, start going for locks, chokes, and everything. At the same time, the control is coming from my hips and my legs. So I have two ways to attack and control at the same time. The same is true if I'm on his back. If I'm on Jan's back, especially if I can get like a body triangle, now my control is my legs, which frees my hands to do my attacks. So I can start hand fighting again, going for my chokes, transition to arm guards, all sorts of stuff. So that's why those are good positions. Side control is fake because my control and my attack are the same thing now. My legs aren't really being used in my control. It's the hands that are causing the main control here. And the problem is I need these to attack. I don't really have any good options to attack him. I can't really go for jump into a triangle or anything here. So this means anytime I start going for attacks, Jan can immediately start with his escapes. And that's why side control is fake. So side control top is actually inherently a bad position for that reason. So I'm at the point now where when I'm teaching like side control, the only thing I'm trying to make people do is just transition to either mount or the back. But side control isn't a place where you should really be going for a lot of submissions because there are no real good options that allow you to both control and attack at the same time. At the very least, nothing I've seen that really works at a very high level. Anyway, so moving on from here. So the first thing I actually want to go to is not just a fake position, but a fake submission from a fake position. The Americana. Okay? Americana is super fake. If the side control is fake, the Americana is the most fake thing that we can possibly have. So everyone knows we have here the Americana and everything. So if Jan puts me in an Americana, let's do it like this so the camera can see everything. So the Americana has a huge problem in that his weak direction is this way, and this is the same direction that I can very easily push with my free hand. Okay? So the only way he can block me from being able to push him in this direction and off balance him is if he puts this head behind my back, or this arm behind my back. But the problem is if he does this, now he can't really try to finish. Yeah, you don't really have the ability to pin my elbow to finish the Americana. Yeah, so he needs to bring it here, and when he brings it here, this is going to allow me a very easy escape. So all I need to do is bring this hand to his armpit or tricep, and the lower I can go on the arm, the better. If I can get here on his elbow, that's great. And what I want to do is I'm not shoving with the arm. I am bridging with my feet and my legs as strong as I can in this direction, okay? And as I do that, I'm going to shove that elbow as far as I can in this direction. Go up with an elbow. As I do this, I'm going to move his elbow so that it's here over his head. Okay, if I keep his elbow here, yeah, exactly. He can come back down and attack back into the side control. If I can move it over his head, try it now. Yeah, exactly. You trying to get back actually ruins your position. Okay? So, this is why Americana are fake. They are hard to finish at a high level because, again, your control and your submission is the same limb. And this basically means he's not going to be able to really submit me and apply pressure to submit me without taking away his control. So again, we come down here as low, as close as we can to the elbow, shove and bridge at the same time. Come up on an elbow, move that elbow over his head, get my feet under me, stand up, and now we immediately start attacking. Okay? So, That's going to be our first escape. So basically, from now on, what this means is if any of you ever get submitted by an Americana at a tournament, I am not going to admit that you ever went to one of my classes, and I will be ashamed of you for the rest of your life. Okay, so clear what I want to see? Okay, so let's do some Americana escapes, and then we'll go to the next escape. So, Americana escapes are looking good, so let's start with some traditional sort of side control positions and side control escapes. So, first of all, like I was saying, a good person, when he's in side control top, he's going to be looking to convert to mount or to the back. Okay, so one of my first sort of obligations is going to actually be to deny him that. A lot of people do that by putting the foot on the leg like this. So now if he tries to transition to me on stomach, I have a block. This is not bad. I'm not saying that this is a bad way to do this. I don't prefer this method because it kind of robs me of the ability to generate motion and space. I actually prefer to take this grip here with my hands, not gripping my hands. I don't want to hold him. I just want to use them to anchor for a moment. And I like to bring my feet up here to his hips, actually. Because first of all, if he tries to get me on belly down, yeah, my hips are in the way, and I have everything loaded now so that I can do a pendulum motion and generate a lot of force. So this is actually the way I prefer to block that, and what I'm doing is really important. So first of all, like I said, load up here, block the hips with your legs, and what I want to do is sort of a scissor motion with my arms as I throw my legs in this direction with all the force I can. I basically, with this hand, I want to try and touch the back wall. And I'm going to try and reach this hand in at the same time. Ideally, we're going to have something like this, but my main goal is to separate his head connection to my shoulder. Because my main goal is to be able to insert this frame. Okay? If you've got someone who's very good, yeah, exactly. He's going to be trying, because now it's really hard for me to get a frame in because he's keeping this head and shoulder connection. And hold on really tight, okay? And all I want to do is break this connection, okay? So if he doesn't pose for some reason, even if he does this, now I get my hand back in. I've broken the connection. That's enough, okay? You don't have to shove him all the way to the other side. You just need to break that connection. And this is going to give me my first frame, which I can then start using to generate distance. Now I can get my second frame in, and here's where I'm going to start knee-elbow connection. Okay? So now I get this, and I want this leg, let go and stand up. I want this leg nice and deep. I want this knee to go all the way to the hip. Okay? Not like this, because now he can just wiggle, yeah, exactly. He can just wiggle his hips and get that chest and stomach back in. If I'm here, yeah, he's got to do a lot. Yeah, exactly. He has to do a lot more work. And if I've got the other arm in as well with the knee elbow connection, now try to bring that back. Yeah, exactly. Look, he has to start giving me space. Okay. So from here, I want to insert my butterfly hook. And since my hand is already going to be here, go for the underhook and immediately shoulder crush. And now I'm in a perfect, sweet position. Okay, so just kind of showing the motion, the first motion without you though. So basically I'm here, I'm just kind of anchor so that I have something I can use to give as a counterbalance with my legs. And I'm throwing my legs in, retracting this hand and shoving this hand as far that way as I can. And that's going to, in the ideal situation, that's going to force him to post, but at the very least, that's going to break that shoulder-elbow connection, which is going to give me the space to insert my hand and get that frame in, frame up, insert the other elbow, hips out, knee-elbow connection, and then I can start inserting my hooks and getting in my counterattacks. Okay, so showing it one more time again. I call this one the pendulum escape. So again, he's really working that knee, shoulder head connection, making it really hard. So feet to the hips and pendulum, retract this hand, throw this hand out, like this, and like I said, this is a really great situation, and I'm not, just stay where you are, I'm not doing this, because exactly, I'm actually giving him a better position now, because I'm practically giving him an arm triangle. All I'm doing is just pummeling my hand in, okay? I just want my hand here. Ideally, I can like hook onto his traps, get the gable grip, start bridging and making space. And I'm already, now is where I would put my foot on my thigh, kind of clamp in, make sure he can't go into a neo belly, slide that elbow hook in, or that elbow frame in, get the other knee in, knee elbow connection, butterfly hook, gable grip, shoulder crush, and this is where I start being able to enter my counterattacks. You're nice and elongated, base is pretty broken. And I go from the worst position, well, not the worst position, I go from a fake position to one of the best positions I can have. Okay? So, figure out what I see here.
Yep.
Okay, let's work on that a bit, and then we'll go to another escape. So our next escape, this one's called the ghost escape. This is when you've got, like maybe you've got like a D1 wrestler or something, you've got someone who's just really good at keeping this head-shoulder connection and really good at blocking my ability to create motion in this direction, and I can't really get him to post. So he's basically doing everything he can so that I can't bring this frame in. So we need to work on this frame now instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start walking in this direction, which is going to put him in a dilemma. Either he doesn't follow me, in which case it's going to give me a chance to put my knee in, or he does follow me and he gives me the escape that I actually want. So, if he does follow me to keep the connection, I can eventually stop, and now I get this other arm in. Okay? So basically I get him going in one direction, which is going to open this side of his body, and when this side gets open, that's going to give me the chance to pop my elbow in. From here, I actually want to take my hand in and pull it all the way out to this side. And now I basically just raise this hand and pop my head out. And the cool thing is, I can immediately start armbar attacking. Okay? So it's called the ghost escape. So, because it feels like you just kind of disappeared like a ghost, okay? So again, he's got this nice tight connection, I can't get an arm in, so I start walking, make him follow me, and pop. Okay, this gives me that entrance there, and I can pop the arm out the other side, and I don't want to just kind of sit here and go, because yeah, exactly, then it's going to start changing position and everything. So the minute my arm comes out here, I just basically, don't think shrimp out, just think basically raise your hand, and use the raising of your hand to get out. From here I can start attacking arm bars, I can come off their heads. I have lots of nice options from there. Okay? So, and I haven't said it specifically, but really, I've said it like in passing to a couple of you. When you are out, you want to immediately be able to start attacking, and if possible, you immediately want to get back up to your knees or feet. Okay? A big mistake a lot of people do when they escape side control, I see this all the time, drives me crazy, is they'll do something like this, and they'll like get a half guard, and right now I'm at the point where this is exactly the first problem. If you're escaping like this, you've essentially already given him the chest and chest half guard pass. So, and what happens is that you recover your guard, yeah, exactly, you give him maybe even a better position, and you've definitely, most likely given him more points because now he just passed your guard again. Okay? But if I start like doing something like this, now there's no guard to pass, now we're back in the stand-up. Or actually in this particular position, where we're like this, I'm actually in a good position because now I can start taking him down. Okay? And I have an ability to start working on my passes and all sorts of stuff like that, okay? So, if you don't want to just be happy getting a guard. I know that's what everyone thinks you want to do in Jiu-Jitsu. Guard should be considered, I think personally, almost an emergency position to avoid him from getting the pin. So it's not the sort of thing where you just be, I've got a guard, I can chill now. Everything's fine, I have the guard. So you should immediately be trying to reverse the position, okay? So, clear what I want to see with this escape. Let's work on this one a bit, and then we'll get some positional sparring.